Howdy doody, howdy doody, howdy doody. Hey. Look at you all just pouring in here. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the case may be. We're glad to have you here. It is Craft Roulette night. Everybody ready for some new spins? I think so. Well, what is Craft Roulette? We'll find out here in just a second. Welcome to the Friends of Sire that were here. Sire was here last week. Welcome. Coming back. Ardyth is here tonight. We're going to introduce her to you in just a few minutes. If you are here to support Ardyth, we welcome you with inky fingers. I am Mary Gunn of Mary Gunn Fun, your intrepid host of Craft Roulette. What is Craft Roulette? Well, in a nutshell, you probably can say it with me. It is the original ultimate paper crafting card making game show challenge, and we are live almost every Friday night, leaving a seat right here for you because it's more fun with you guys here. So thank you for joining us. If you are a card maker or a paper crafter, you might enjoy this show if you've never been with us, or if you have been with us and you know what you're in for. You know what you're in for. Anyway, we're not going to teach on this show. We're just going to have some fun doing some improvisational card making. What can go wrong? Slideshow. How many ways can you make a card with sticks and stones and be so unique? Well, let's see, about 408 ways that I found out. You guys did a beautiful job on the gallery this week, and thank you for helping us get through the little changes that we made. Little changes, she says in quotations, because it was a big week for changes. Mr. Producer is on the other side of the camera over there, and he will be telling you a little bit more about what he's been up to. But what else do we have? So, I know, I don't want to miss this one. So we have 408 contributions, but we have a very special process video achievement, which we don't have achievements for. But Carmen Broxma, the independent demonstrator for Stamp It Up in Arvada, Colorado, hit a big goal of hers and a big milestone for our process videos. And she has made 100 videos for Craft Roulette. Bravo, Carmen! That is just outstanding. You are our first to hit 100 videos. Check her out. You can find it all over on craftroulette.live. For the last 100 episodes, you can look at process videos and find out what Carmen does. She does a beautiful job, and I'm real proud of you. Mr. Card Monkey, hope you feel better. Stop the nonsense, behave, and do what Mrs. Card Monkey says. She's had a hard week, and she needs to take care of you. But we're hoping you're feeling better. Mr. Producer, do you want to talk a little bit about the big events that were happening this week for Craft Roulette?
Well, so we did our migration. We are shutting down our Patreon, but we are migrating all of our patrons into our members system on our own site. It is our own system, and it gives me more control, and I can help people. I don't have to just defer and say, hey, that's Patreon's fault. Go read their FAQ. But I can actually help. And so that's a big step up. But it's also, I did a lot of foundation laying that isn't exactly evident now, but I have some pretty cool features planned for the site, and I hope to go over them tomorrow on the all patron kind of all member call. Yeah. I did a find replace in the code base for patron to member, but not in my brain.
Yeah, right. It's a hard one.
But yeah, so over 250 people migrated between Wednesday and today, and they're still migrating. If you're a patron and you haven't migrated, there's a system that will, in a couple clicks, bring you over to the site. And so you don't have to create an account or anything like that. It'll be there waiting for you. And if it doesn't work, use the contact form on the website. I will see that faster than anything. I don't use Facebook or anything like that.
And I lose messages on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. I lose them. I can't find them. And then I don't get them to him in a timely way. And goes, well, when do they ask? I said, I don't know. It's been a while. Yep. So, sorry.
But yeah, if you have any questions about the site or just how it works, just contact me. I've been answering a ton of emails. trying to get, I think there's maybe 1 or 2 outstanding issues right now, but most of them have been solved.
Yeah. We'll try to answer as many things on the call tomorrow. If we only have a room for 100, so I don't think we're going to fill up, but if we do, we'll just have another one anyway. So we might anyway, because not everybody can come.
And
tomorrow.
Speaking about calls,
Yes.
you had an idea too, didn't you?
Oh, the well-kissed mind was engaged. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craftettes. And I thought, how about you members? You have been suffering through this migration. No, it's really quite easy. But one of the things that we do enjoy so much with Club Fun and with Fun Supporters and the Fun Friends is Zoom calls. And I've noticed it a couple of times now that there's some after parties going on, and I'm feeling like we could have an after party. So we will be opening up 2 after party shows for Craft Roulette members, Fun Supporters and up. So that will be
silver now.
Silver now.
Yeah.
That will be on the second Friday and is that right? Second and third Friday.
I have no idea.
First, I don't know. Anyway, we're not doing it this week, but I just keep watching. Just keep watching. I think it'll be fun. Don't you think so? We can have a little debriefing about the show. We can talk about your parameters, how you're going to bust them, your cards. You can ask questions. I think it'll be great fun. I'm looking forward to it. Spending the evening after the show with you guys. So anyway, that's just a small thing that will be going on just for our members. We do try to keep you busy and out of trouble. You know, it's kind of our mission, keeping you guys out of trouble. If you haven't given us a thumbs up, man, we would love that. We'd so love that. Hit that subscription button and that notification bell so that you don't miss a minute here on Craft Roulette, because we are here almost every Friday night. We do have some new spin sponsors this month. Excited to be giving away some stuff from Waffle Flower Stamps. They have a lot of really good things. I've enjoyed working with some of their products, including their grip mat. It's a dandy. The Rabbit Hole design will be giving away a voucher, right, Marianne? Every week this month. It's a tax thing in California. We have to make sure we say voucher. Glassboard Studio will be giving away an 18 by 24 inch Craft Roulette glassboard here in somebody in the United States each week. And your Paper Insider will be giving away also something for our United States friends, a box of paper. Oh man, they've got the coolest paper. I keep looking at it and going, I should cut this. I should use this. And I go, no, I like it in one piece right now. So I haven't moved on.
Mary Brindley asks,
yes,
and I'll do this a couple times, but so I had to move the membership tiers to something that I didn't have to explain every time I listed them out.
Oh.
And so that's why I went with gold, silver, bronze, so that's kind of just a universal generic thing. So if I write silver, that would be the second tier of membership. Gold is the third tier. There is a platinum tier for the few people who want to support it at a high level with no benefits, but they just like the show that much. But yes, more about that tomorrow and on the website.
Yeah, we got a lot to cover. To become a member, by the way, you just have to go to craftroulette.live. There's you can go to support our efforts or try to log in. Go to member login and it will help you to log in as a member. Happy birthday to our April members. We appreciate you being a part of our card exchange. I think I don't remember how many people. It's like 160 something people that have signed up for the card exchange, which is very fun. But happy birthday greetings to Amy Ulan, Linda Gorman, Laura Wood, Judy G, Judy Kiemick, Cindy Gray, Janet Flanagan, our trivia queen, April Palmer, Melissa Holsopple, my tongue gets tired with my L's there. Stephanie Ewing, Susan Roberts, and Sylvia Allnut. Well done on getting your birthdays taken care of. That's a big deal. We really do look forward to having your mailboxes full of beautiful cards. It's blessed. It's a blast to have a birthday when you are a Craft Roulette card exchange member. We do want to welcome six 6 new patrons, see, I'm going to say that forever and ever, but 6 new members to our members site. It's so hard to get my mouth to work with my brain sometimes. Do you ever have that? But we'd like to welcome Kiana, Sandy Minotti, Marjorie Betchkel, Janet Spees, Kristen Robinson, Ryan, I think it's Ryan, Leemans Vanderdork, who is awake in the Netherlands watching us, I think. So welcome. We're so glad to have you. I look forward to meeting you and getting to know you better. Want to say hi to Mr. Mike. How you doing, Mr. Mike? Doing pretty good? Yeah, the man of all words and the man of no words. He's wearing a brand new shirt from the House of Detizio. Thank you, Arlene, for taking care of him and making sure he looks darn dapper. We just love that. We do have some merchandise as well. We have lovely togs. And we have a craft. We have a stamp set and a die set somewhere. But don't forget, also, we work with Trinity Stamps on a couple things, including our Craft Roulette Creative Companion. It is like a diary for your Craft Roulette journey. I love mine, and I hope you guys are loving yours. We also have a member call third Tuesday after In Review to talk about that book. All right, that's enough of that. Gosh darn. Whew, kept you busy with all sorts of business. Let's welcome for the 11th time our buddy, our friend from Toronto, Canada, Ardyth. What's her name? Ardyth Percy-Robb. Here she comes. Yay! Oh my gosh, she was fine before the show. Now her little voice is going all robot-y. Don't worry, we'll fix this. I'll fill the airwaves. Well, she was just fine before the show, wouldn't you know it? That is just how things are here on live internets. Yes. Anyway, so what else can I tell you about? Oh, so our die set and our stamp set are all based on things about Craft Roulette, and they're a lot of fun. I sent one out just today, so you can always check that out over on craftroulette.live. And also, while you're over on craftroulette.live, there's all sorts of information on the episodes. You can see get links for all the process videos. There's over 32,000 cards that you can see. They're still talking, and I have taken off my ear. Yeah, Murphy's Law. That's exactly right. So, you and I can talk about Ardyth while she's not talking. And let me tell you, I just watched her video that was the brand new video, and it was about crafty tools that she had, kind of expensive things that she had bought. Did anybody else see it? I got to admit, the trimmer that she uses, man, that looks good. It looks huge. I don't have enough room for it. But it looked good. I'd never seen one quite like that. And it looks kind of interesting. I'm not going to get one. I've got one. I'm fine. But it was like a big thing, and it's never gotten dull, which to me, yeah, you saw it, Amy. You saw it, Sylvia. Yeah, you watched it ourselves. See, we all watch Ardyth. So, which one? I thought that was a good one. She has multiple Misties, and she has a Gemini that she liked a lot that she was talking about. I recently got not a Gemini. I got, what is the one? It's Anna something. Anna Griffin's electric one. And I thought Empress. And I didn't think I would need it. I didn't think it would be, I thought, I can crank faster than that. But I don't miss cranking at all. It's Empress. It's kind of like, when you go from a crank ice cream maker to an electric ice cream maker, you think you're going to miss it. No, you don't miss it at all. Hey, I've got a game we can play. You want to play a game while we make sure we can get Ardyth in here? Let's see. She's back. Nothing. Okay. She's got nothing going on. It's just what she doesn't want. Anyway. Okay. So I've got my folder here. It is the emergency Eunice folder. Are you ready? This is not how we usually start the show if you're new. Okie doke. I'm going to pull this away. I'm going down to paper. You never know. You just never know. Let's see. Do you have that just like that? Okay. That's good enough for me. I'm on paper. I'm on paper. I've got scraps. And the game is, I have, you can't stop me. You can't. Eunice tries, but she's not going to stop me. No, sirree, Bobtail. I have some, we're going to play Parametary. Is that right? Parametary. It's Pictionary with parameters. Parametary. And hope that Ardyth will be back soon. Okay, Chatterbox, engage. Are you ready? Okay. I am going to draw something, and you can guess what it is.
I'm going to bring you in. Volume.
Okay, do you have it yet? Parametary. Parametary it is. You're going to have to know your parameters. Do we have it yet? A trimmer, a box, a card, a glassboard, a line, a robot, a road. You guys are engaged. I like it.
Ardyth is back. We're going to bring her back in.
Oh, well, you know what? I got to get my ear in. You guys are all guessing. You guys are players. Well, I'm going to keep it handy in case.
Okay, here we go.
All right. There we go. Well, Ardyth, how are you?
You know what? It just wouldn't be an Ardyth show if everything went smoothly, would it?
No, and yet you've been here for now 11 times.
I don't believe in ghosts, but working with you makes me doubt myself.
Honestly. Okay, I'm on my computer now, so we'll try and get my phone going when it's time to switch over to the hands, and we'll figure it out.
You did fine. You kept at it, you know? That's a big deal that you just didn't go sit in the corner and cry. And I got to test my Eunice emergency system, which has a game all involved. It's a parametary.
Excellent. Always good to be prepared.
Yes, well, I've been caught more than once not being prepared, so I'm going to keep it right here. If I'll set this out, and then if we have any more trouble, I can keep using it. I don't think so. We got it fixed.
I'm really not a troublemaker. My personality is like so not troublemaker.
No, you're not. You're like the quintessential nice kid.
I just have bad tech, I guess. Bad computers.
Bad. Yeah. No, we got it.
Well, it's all working.
It's
We're
okay.
going to reset. I'm going to play some applause like we're just bringing you in for the first time.
Now, from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, our friend, Ardyth Percy-Robb. Yay! Well, we were talking about your most recent video while you were on break.
My crafty splurges?
Yes. It was a pretty interesting video.
Oh,
but
thanks.
We can talk more about that because I did take notes. But for the one or two people that do not know you, could you give us a little introduction of who you are and what you do?
Sure. My name's Ardyth. I live in Toronto, Canada, and I've been making cards since 2006. I've been making videos since 2017. I have a YouTube channel that's just called Ardyth. So if you search it, just ARDYTH, you'll find me there. I post there every week. What else?
That's a pretty good wrap up. Yeah. And you've been here now. This is your 11th visit to
11 times and 11 different tech problems.
How many more can we find? You are like our troubleshooter.
We've
Appreciate
never
that
had
about
this
you.
one before.
Nope.
Goodness.
Nope.
I was
Always
feeling
something
all
new.
very confident. I had my everything set up and it seemed to be going really well in the
It
pre-show. Anyway,
Yeah.
here we are. We'll
It
get
just
on with it.
happens.
We'll do a good job.
It happens. And you're just our troubleshooter. And not everybody can do that. Can wear
I
that
gotta
pair
keep
of
Mr.
shoes.
Producer on his toes.
That's right.
If Ardyth were a canary in a coal mine, no one would be mining coal.
Oh dear.
Tweet, tweet, gonk. So that's not good. Anyway, well, we better get on with this whole show. You did, even though you've been on 10 times, you had a question.
What is craft roulette?
She doesn't miss a beat. Some people would fall apart at this point and be all nervous and weird, but not Ardyth. She's cool as a cucumber. We'll be right back after this. Well done.
What is Craft Roulette? Craft Roulette is a live paper crafts challenge show where the goal is to complete a project that has been randomly selected by the spin of a wheel. There are 4 categories we spin for: project, colors, element, and random. Each category has 24 possible options with a combined possibility of 331,776 unique projects. Whoa. We're live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central on youtube.com/craftroulette. Please like and subscribe. Each week we bring on a special guest crafter to create along with us and share their unique take on the challenge. You can play too. Complete a unique project of your own using the same 4 parameters set in this episode. You'll have 48 hours to contribute by submitting pictures of your project through the submission form on craftroulette.live. Contributions are featured on marygunfund.com's weekly episode blog and the next episode. Let's recap last week's episode and submissions.
There's just times in life you just gotta laugh it off. It just is funny. That's all there is to it. Why not? Why not? Anyway, that is looking at last week's show and the contributions that you brilliant card makers sent in. You can see you are all over the world. Hola, Chris, who is not in South America. But we still think of you there, and we're glad that you're with us in the Estados Unidos. Oh, I shouldn't do that. We had 408 contributions last week, and we are up to 32,505 total contributions during the 4 years that we have been live, with all sorts of tech problems and all sorts of crazy parameters and all the different things that we've gone through. If you do see your little pin, give it a little wave, and congratulations for being there. We appreciate you very much. So the parameters were, we had a curveball last week, but you didn't. You just said, hold my root beer, I'm going to do this. We had Joyful card, which a lot of people don't know what that is, but you handled it like a champ. Buggy Ride colors, stick, and stones. You had to have that and in there, and that kind of made us have to think a little harder than usual. And trims or trimmings. If you have not looked at the gallery in craftroulette.live on episode 208, it is amazing. It really is. And I loved looking at the cards and going, I don't see it. I don't see the stick. I don't see the stone. But then I read it and it would come clear how you cleverly used it. There was Keith Richards on one of the cards for a stone. He was a rolling stone. And there was a peach stone, and there was a baseball bat as wood and a like a stone, which was the baseball. It's a remarkable gallery. Very, very clever. You will just be going, oh my gosh, how'd they do that? Oh, why didn't I think of that? It's just wonderful. That was my card. I was glad to have it done. I was a little hard. We enjoyed our time with Sire Anderson, who is just a very nice gentleman. from Canada, and this was his card. He drew it all. He had a little kitty cat looking through the mouse hole at his funny little mouse with his cheese and his lucky stick. He did write the story over on our Facebook group. If you aren't a part of our Facebook group, you are welcome to join us. It is the Craft Roulette show. Make sure you answer the questions and you will have the door open for you. Sire, you're always a real treat. Thank you for joining us again last week with your amazing card. Now we're going to invite Ardyth back in and see if she's got a voice. And so, yes, and we're going to go through our parade of achievements. Before we get started, though, I want to congratulate 3 new mug clubbers. That means they have sent in 100 cards to Craft Roulette, and that is this week Mary Youngblood and Pita, Meg Garant, and Carmen Braxma, who also has 100 videos to go along with it. That's outstanding, guys. I'm really impressed. Thank you so much for being a part of our Craft Roulette culture. We appreciate you tons. Now we're going to welcome our first timers, say huzzah for our major milestone achievers, recognize our leading ladies, and we've got some new to Club 52. Get ready for nothing. Here we go. Ardyth, you can chime in after I say their name if you want, if you get a chance.
I'm afraid to. Do I sound okay?
Use it up. Gwen Inman from San Francisco, welcome. Kristen from California, so glad you joined us. You sound okay. Nicole from Tampa. Look at those stones. That's a rough ride. Cheryl Huey from California. S'mores. Angela from Michigan. Pretty card.
Mm-hmm.
Nadine Emerton from Australia. Welcome. That looks like something you'd do. Petra T from Tasmania, Australia with the inlay. Phyllis H from North Carolina. There you can see the joyfold. Welcome, you guys. We're so glad you had. Hope you come back this week. Our major milestone achievers. Jonna Bell from Warrensburg, Missouri. 25 cards. Also, Michelle W. Well done. Sina has sent in 50. Way to go, Sina. Karen Eberline from Florida. Is that 50? I don't remember. Lisa Bremer from Missouri. 50 cards in a row. Whew. Carmen Braxma has hit 100. Mary Youngblood, also a mug clubber, 100 cards. Meg Garant from Oregon, 100 cards. So many cards. Welcome to... Oh, no, I haven't welcomed anybody. This is 125 for Lisa Hunter. Good girl. Lisa Hall, 125. So many styles. Anna Escalada York, 150 cards, 91st one for Star Wars. Feline, 150. Well done. 5K, now 6K Lamone has sent in 175 cards. Our leaders of the week, you will see a few in there. These are the ones that have sent the most cards in for this week. Smurf Murphy with 169. Well done. Her twin in Australia, Jackie Jackpot Muller, 169. Kathy Herring has sent in 173. Amazing. There's that 5K, now 6K Lamone again at 175. Ellen Card Monkey Jarvis has sent in 186 consecutively. There's the one with the stone was a peach pit. And Patty Beck, our leading lady, has sent in 203. Whoa. Club 52 welcomes these intrepid guests. Lucy M. with 52 cards. Cynthia Stearns with 52 cards. That's pretty. Kelly Nagy with 52 cards. Do you expect anything, Kelly, Cynthia? And, oh gosh, what was the first one? Anyway, do you expect anything? I hope not, because you're not getting anything. Here at Club 52, you get nothing for joining that club, but you do get an invitation to make your own congratulations cards, and we hope you do. Oh, I would send you all a prize, because I think it's remarkable that you would send us 52 cards, but no. not this time. Anyway, oh well.
Well, Ardyth, did you think you could get a word in?
No.
I
was afraid we might use it up.
They were going very quickly. I was amazed by how clever people were. Sticks and stones is like, I'm sitting here thinking, what would I do? And so many great ideas were used. That's really amazing.
That's kind of what Sire and I were thinking too. We were going, I don't know. We were kind of like drawing a blank. But it just needed to have a little more time to think and then kind of bounce off some more ideas, I think, because they were remarkable.
I'm just taking comfort in the fact that it won't be there tonight.
Well, should we bring on the parameters and see what we do have to work with?
Sure.
Mr. Producer, please bring on those parameters. Oh my goodness, there they are. We're going to get 4 of those for tonight. But first, we're going to talk about vetoes. Vetoes mean if we land on them, we will not be using that. We'll spin again. It is determined by our members who vote every week on what we will veto. This week, let's see what the members vetoed for project. You can also use these if you want to use them. It just means the wheel cannot make you use them, as long as it fits into the parameters we get. Will we get purse card for Ardyth? No, we got A9 card. You said no to A9.
Wow, that is honestly, we have a new villain.
The A9?
Yes.
Oh yeah, people don't want that.
How big is it?
It's an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper folded in half.
Oh, that's a big one. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big truckload. It's like the semi.
It's still better than a purse card. In my opinion.
You hate those purse cards.
No idea how I would make one.
Well, you almost got your wish from the members this week, but let's see what they don't want for colors this week. Dragons, fast food, robust, or petting zoo? Robust is off the board. They said no thank you. We don't want our colors robust. I thought it might be kind of fun to see what people thought.
I like robust colors.
Yeah, you do like bright colors, bold colors, saturated colors, in your face colors. Yeah, you do. Well, you might be able to use them if we get a parameter that still allows that. For element, what did the members say? No thank you. Houses, baskets starts with I, or coats. They still don't like coats. I'm telling you, coats would be so easy. Coats would be easy.
Couldn't you just do like coats of ink?
Uh-huh. You could.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All sorts of ways to use coats, but we're not. So you could use that coats because there's not a parameter that says no coats.
Okay.
So you could use it if you feel like it. It's just that the wheel can't.
If it works out.
Yeah, exactly. And for random, what did they say? Oval, something from your floor, add a doodle, or purse or pocket. Purse or pocket. They said no thank you. They're kind of vibing with you, I think. I do. I think
they
so.
knew I was coming.
They're looking out for you. They say we like the Ardyth. We want her back again and again. So this is the time. Now we know what the members have voted off. Do you want to vote something off?
Well, I think I'm going to vote off the purse card.
There's no chance. I don't think there's purse colors, and there's not an element that says purse. So
Let's
you
get
are
rid of
safe.
all the purses on the board.
Do you carry a purse?
I do, but I don't like it.
So it's pretty consistent all the way across.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I appreciate consistency and a personality. I do.
I would like it much better if I didn't have to carry anything, but that's not life.
My husband picked up my purse the other day and went, "Oh my gosh, this is heavy." And I was like, "I know." It's just, I wish it weren't, but I can't figure out what not to have. And it's not like I even have a big one, or it's just stuffed. I said it's all the bricks of gold in it. He didn't believe me. Yeah. It was
Money's heavy.
Money is so heavy.
Especially when it's all change.
When it's all pennies.
We don't have pennies in Canada. Did you know that?
Really? We
got rid of them. Yeah.
They probably ended all up down here because we used to get them. I remember seeing them as a kid. Yeah. Canadian pennies. Go, oh no, I got one. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Well, we also want to know, Miss Ardyth, do you have something you'd like to put your chips on the table? How about those parameters? What would you like?
I went through the parameters and I didn't write down the numbers, so I'm sorry about that.
Okay, I'll see if I can find it.
If I get I know exactly what card I would make if I get good tidings in project.
That's number 24.
Tulips in colors.
Tulips. Number 24.
Single flower in element.
3. Okay.
And stencil in random.
Oh, yeah.
I've got that card planned, man. I'm ready. It's all sitting here ready to go. So,
how has that worked for you in the past?
Never. But I live in eternal hope.
Hope springs eternal. Well, I wish you well. I think that would be a real nice combination.
Christmas card. I'm feeling festive.
Really? You would make that a Christmas card?
Yeah.
Because, see, I was thinking your tulip colors, so I just went right into tulips for single flower.
Oh, no, I would go red and green. You could use red and green for tulips.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and a poinsettia. And I've got a beautiful new poinsettia stencil and good tidings. I probably even have that. I do. I have a sentiment that says good tidings. Like, I'm good to go.
Okay, that would be pretty. Because you do a lot of Christmas cards, and they are always pretty.
I have not done as many as I would like. I'm ready for one tonight.
It's time to ramp one up.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's give this guy a warm-up. Does he feel as festive as Ardyth Percy-Robb? We'll see. How about for project? Will she get a square? Will she make a square? Number 4, a trifold card. That's not exactly...
Oh, I can do that. Okay.
Oh, look at her go. Colors? I can't wait to see what she's thinking about. For colors, number 7, sleigh ride. That might be red and green. For element, we are going to talk about each and every one of these things in just a minute, so get your stretchy pants engaged. Jokes or funny? Something funny. That was right there on the edge, but it was on 21. Okay, that's a new one, and I just noticed that right before the show and went, I don't know what I'm going to do for that one. Number 11, out of proportion. Well, you know, that might actually go in with the jokes are funny. So we'll talk about this. You didn't quite get your wish, like 0.
Well,
but you said you knew exactly what you would do for a trifold card. So what would you do for a trifold card?
Oh, no, I just know how to make a trifold card. I don't know exactly what to do. I know how to make one.
Yay! That's a benefit.
It's not like a joyfold. Like, until you told me tonight, I had no idea what a joyfold card was.
Well, you know, I think there's probably a way to make a joyfold as a trifold. If you did a Z or a Z fold and then did a joyfold on top of it, it would actually work, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. That may be. It has to have at least 3 folds, though. And so if it has 3 folds, trifold. That's not panels, that's folds. So
this was hotly contested and debated.
Yeah, that's not what I think of as a trifold card. I think of it as like
Yes.
And
Three
our
panels.
rule is if you can justify it, you can use it. And I think that from what I've seen, I think it's poorly named, but I'm Ardyth. If you want to make what you would consider a normal trifold card, I think that's completely acceptable.
Well,
I
you
think
know,
if you want a card with 3 folds, you have to call it a 3-fold card. That's interesting.
Like
But
it's a
tri
tri-panel
is
fold
tri-
card.
But when we did have this contested once, we changed it to 3 panels.
That's not 3 panels.
But this is not 3 panels. But you could have 3 panels and then have another fold, like even a corner folded down, because you could have the 2 folds in a 3-panel card and then have a small fold in part of your design.
But
okay, I felt better before we had our little clarifying chat.
I think you're trying to force your new definition on people, though, and that's not how this works. So if you think the trifold card is made one way, you should absolutely make it that way. Because I
know, but when we had it was a long time ago. It was a long time ago,
and I remember that we had this discussion of what actually is a trifold card, because it says trifold, and that if you take the name literally, that means 3 folds, but it might be one of those conjunction or kind of.
Okay, well, think about a trifold brochure.
Yeah, right.
It's 3 panels.
3 panels
it's
and
3 panels, 2 folds.
Exactly.
So you could do either one.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with Ardyth. I think
you could do a 3-panel and add another one too.
A trifold brochure is one of the most standard print things. You can go to a million print shops and it will always be that way. I would think that a card would be the same.
You give yourself some confetti over there. You just give yourself some confetti. That's good. So pretty much you can enjoy whatever fold you like on that one with 2 folds and making it 3 panels, or 3 folds, trifolds. So I can see that, and that actually goes in with Craft Roulette just fine. So you were thinking a 3-panel card, correct?
I was. But now,
no.
I mean, hey, Mary, I live to make you happy. I think I might be able to come up with a 3-fold card.
Oh, a
quick Google is saying that something that is a trifold has 3 things folded in on itself. So that would be 3 panels require 2 folds.
Right.
So.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'm going to mull that over.
Yeah. We're all about stretching around here, so we're good.
A bifold would just be 2 panels with 1 fold. So.
A bifold would be 2 panels, like a card. So you could put a bifold and it would mean a card. But you could do... You could make a square. You could make 4-inch... if you had a 12-inch piece of paper. Anyway.
Yep.
I think we'll see what y'all want to do. But it needs to be something along those lines, okay? For Sleigh Ride, you could do the green and red. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm stuck on the joke, so I have to...
Okay, I'm going to come back to Sleigh Ride just for a second, because we had Buggy Ride last week. Now, Buggy Ride... to me, often seems more springy. And Sleigh Ride, we did have some Christmas cards last week. But Sleigh Ride to me would be more pine woods, snow, blankets, horses with jingle bells on them, all those kind of things. So I think it'll be similar to, it seems a little similar to Buggy Ride. But I think it's warmer or colder, whichever.
But yeah, maybe cozier. Yeah. I'm thinking red. I'm thinking Santa's sleigh, so I'm thinking red. So I'm thinking I could probably still do a Christmas card.
Yeah. Golds would be, if you're thinking Santa's sleigh, you could do golds. And red would be great. But if you're just riding in the woods and on a sleigh ride, you could have a checked red blanket on.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like a buffalo plaid would work too.
So, or a plaid wool blanket.
Mhm.
So you could pull the colors from a wool blanket. Yep.
Very good.
Yep. It doesn't mean that you have to have a sleigh. It just is
Right.
the color palette.
Yeah, it's just the colors.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. But you can have that as an influence on your element, which is jokes and or jokes are funny. Okay. Jokes are funny. Some stamp sets are just kind of amusing. You know, they're whimsical. You could definitely use something like that, or you could even set up a joke as a knock-knock joke. Knock-knock, who's there? With all those folds, you could put those in there.
It could be the result of a joke. Something that's something laughter of some sort.
Oh.
So ha ha ha.
A pun.
Yeah, a pun would be perfect application.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of things with puns would be good. Yep, I'm seeing Shelley Gilman puns. Here you go, Hat Trick. This is your week.
You could actually just make something with 3 folds and call it a trifold, and that would be the joke.
My tech is a joke. How's that?
Accepted.
Funny bone stamps. That's a cute idea.
Goodness.
Do they have an Operation? You remember that game Operation? Do they have a stamp of that? Or a die cut of that with the funny bone? We could do it with Pear Blossom Lights.
Ooh.
And if you touch the edge, that's your next assignment, Amanda. Anything that you think is funny. So it can be whimsical, or it can be a pun, or it can be just a character on a card that you think is amusing, or dust bunnies. There you go, Linda Gorman. Dust bunnies are funny.
Yeah.
Definitely like bad dad joke. Jackpot, you got that one. Yeah. Yes, you do need a buzzer, Pear Blossom. You do. Wouldn't that be great? And then we could make just a little die with the Operation guy.
Snow much fun.
Snow much.
Oh,
That's
very
a pun.
clever.
That would work.
Yeah.
That's from Shannon H in the chat.
Well done.
Very
Shannon.
smart.
Yeah. So that's not so hard. Do you think of something that's coming to
Nope.
mind? Nope.
Not yet.
Darn it.
Some bunny loves you. Even just
That's a
writing,
good one.
just
Yeah,
writing the pun on the inside of the card would totally work.
Right.
Goofy looking gnomes. Something like that. You could have a funny looking bug on a there are usually not bugs on poinsettias, but you could put one. And then you could even have a little folded part on the petal, and it could fold up and you could find a bug.
You're determined that I'm going to have a third fold, aren't you?
I'm just trying to get everybody happy. A flower that squirts water.
Are there people in the chat who want a third fold?
No.
Okay.
Monsters?
Because I might have to come over there.
You're going to make whatever you want to make, and it's going to be good. Googly eyes. Do you have any googly eyes? Nope. Yours.
I'm not a jokey girl. You know, I'm a pretty serious. I'm just thinking.
Okay, what would you pull out something and see if we can make it a joke? What would you use with the other?
It doesn't have to be a good joke either.
No, it can be a bad joke. I'm really into bad jokes.
The whole card could be a joke.
I kind of like the idea of 3 folds.
Yeah,
Because that's a joke on the whole, on the parameter.
I'm going through my inventory here, and I've got a couple of kind of punny.
Yeah.
Punny,
I've got some,
or just even anything that you kind of think is funny, like an image, would completely work because it's jokes or funny.
Right.
And it's you that thinks it. It doesn't have to be anybody else.
Right.
If it's even if it's just kind of comically made, simple, like a cartoon kind of thing, doesn't, instead of a realistic kind of thing. Or you could do something realistic and then have something completely
Yeah.
crazy in it. Because we also have the bad boy out of proportion.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So out of proportion is going to, it may play into jokes are funny real well. Like big googly eyes on a dust bunny. That would be bigger than the dust bunny's usual eyes. Yep, big googly eyes. That's the one. Or you could have something that is, think of, you could have an elephant standing on a mouse. That would be out of proportion, you know, just kind of a big and little.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Happy
Okay.
Teach says you could do the folds out of proportion too. So if you were to do a trifold
Crooked.
and then make the folds kind of wonky,
Oh, you clever thing.
yeah, I thought
Mhm.
that was a good idea.
That's
Crooked
very good.
trifolds.
Okay.
Something on a wobbler. I'm not sure if you're a wobbler person.
Oh, I love wobblers.
I have the wobbler.
You
Yep,
could-
I have wobblers.
Yeah, you could make something funny with a wobbler.
How about a cat that has a great big head and a little tiny body? On a wobbler.
On a wobbler.
Yeah. That would be kind of fun, actually. I think I might do something like that. What do you think? Somebody's saying reindeer got run over by grandma. That's backwards. A dog with a really big nose.
Yep. That made us laugh. Yeah.
Or even if you just write a word and one of the letters is much bigger
Right.
than,
Mm-hmm.
that'd be an easy way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Or
always all about
happy birthday.
putting the troublemaker parameter on the inside of the card so you don't have to work it all the way into the whole thing.
Oh, that's smart too. Yeah. Goodness, look what I'm learning. Even on my
Yeah.
11th time.
Took you this long to give you all the secrets. We've been holding off. Yeah. So, okay. So if I let you loose to go find some things, will you be happy, able, and willing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be able and willing.
All right. I like it. I like it. Well, let's do that then. Let's let everybody see our silly ads that are out of proportion for being serious and with no folds involved. Then we'll be back to get busy crafting. How's that?
Good.
Good luck to us all. We'll be right back. Does card making ever wear you out? Are you just having one of those days? Do you ever say to yourself, I wish there were more craft roulette on each week? Well, have we got good news for you? In Review is like part 2 of Craft Roulette, which features you, our card contributors. It'll be easy to find because it airs here on our Craft Roulette YouTube channel. We go live almost every Tuesday evening at 6:30 p.m. Central, and we do a number of fun things during the show, including Mail Call, where I share some of the nice cards and goodies people send us. Our Card Showcase, where we take a longer look at some of the contributions sent in from the most recent episode. And our Who Done It mystery game, where I recreate a card from the most recent episode's gallery, live on air. Everyone in the live chat gets to try and figure out which card I'm recreating. So, if you want more of what we do on Craft Roulette, you'll love our show, In Review. The Who Done It mystery game is just a game, and we do not actually solve mysteries, but we do actually solve mysteries. The show is supposed to be on Tuesdays, but we reserve the right to reschedule as necessary. Mary will not always know what she is doing, especially with buttons and or math. Stretchy pants and snacks are not required, but advisable. Please bring a friend. Too much fun for one person included. Hey, Cool Mary here. You might remember me from my breakthrough role, the In Review infomercial. While normal me and the special guest are gathering their supplies, let me take this opportunity to tell you about our stamp set, our die set. Whoa. Let me, Cool Mary, show you what you can do with them. Tubular. Whoa! Gnarly. Yes, you can order these off our web shop. Every purchase helps support our shows, and in return, you can be like me. Cool Mary. Well, we got a good one for us tonight, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craft roulette sets. We've got a trifold card. Go back and see what we talked about. Sleigh ride colors, which is going to be different than buggy ride. Jokes or funny, which we've talked about, and if you're just joining us, that's going to be fun. It's going to be a great gallery. And out of proportion, which you can kind of play with as well. So I think you could take it all sorts of ways. This is Craft Roulette. If you are just joining us late, welcome. We are going to do some crafting improvisation with our friend Ardyth Percy-Robb. This is probably, if you had to make a card that was so totally not Ardyth, this may be it. So we're going to see. She's being a good sport. She's still in her room. I can see her. But we're going to see what she comes up with. I know she'll come up with something and figure it out. But we'll see what it is at the end of the evening, or won't we? Yeah. Yeah, this one's, boy, the last 2 weeks. But you know what? This time last week, we were going, I don't know. These parameters, I don't love them. I don't love them at all. But you passed the root beer on and said, hold it. I got to make something outstanding. And you did. So these are the kind of cards that are often just the best that we get. So the ones that are a little bit weird. Yes, there was lots of discussion on trifolds. Lots.
Trifold and bifold are kind of like this week and next week, where you say next
Which
week
always
for the one after, and this week for the next one. Just how
always
English works.
Confuses me. Yeah, I'm pretty easily confused, and that absolutely does it. But get a load of this. So we have our spin sponsor this month. One of them is the Rabbit Hole Designs. And I was just playing with these crazy yoga sheep this afternoon. And I think we're going to be okay with yoga sheep.
All right, we're going to bring Ardyth back. Here we go.
All right. And I've got wobblers just in case. Mini action wobblers. So, all right, my dear, what do you think?
Okay. So look what I got.
Okay.
I got a birthday cake.
Yes.
I got some dinosaurs.
Yes.
And then I have this snarky set that says things like, let's celebrate your existence with cake. Or, Friends, oh, I know. Friends don't let friends get older alone. I have to think about how I'm going to do this.
Right. It takes a
'Cause
little.
I've got extra things to decorate, right? I've got that inside panel.
Well, what fold did you decide on?
I decided on a bifold, so I'm going to take 2 cards like this, and I'm just going to glue them together so that they open.
Oh.
So
Okay. All right.
you sound doubtful. What
No,
are you doing?
I couldn't see it. You were Mr. Producer had something over my screen, but now I can see it. Okay.
Okay.
So that's why I was doubtful. I couldn't see. Well, I've got these sheep from Rabbit Hole Designs doing yoga, and they're really funny and cute. And
They
it
are.
has a little sentiment that says, "Some days you eat salad and do yoga. Some days you eat cupcakes and refuse to put on pants. It's called balance." So that one sounds like that should be joke, funny. I think that works. And I'm going to do, for my trifold, I'm going to do a Z or Z fold.
Okay.
So, yep, that's my plan.
I'm doing an open like that.
Oh yeah, that works. And it's a square.
It's a 4 1/4 inch square. My
So you're
favorite.
making it fit into your world.
I am.
That's the way to do it. I like
Wow, I need to
it.
think
So,
about
yep, okay, let's get this show on the road.
And just a note, with all the new website stuff, I've changed kind of a major aspect of our show. And that is usually the website, the episode does not launch until Monday. It's live right now. That has changed. So it will be a system where if you're vetted and you're on the approved list, your cards will go straight into the gallery, or if you're a member. But if you're not vetted and you're new, it'll go into a queue for us to look at and just make sure it's appropriate.
Okay.
But yeah, no more waiting till Monday
Yay!
for the episode to publish. So
Well,
as the cards come in, they'll just go right onto the website.
Well, that reminds me that I migrated while we were chatting.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Well done. Thank you.
How was your experience?
It was excellent.
Awesome.
Good.
Especially because I did it while I was stressed about the fact that nobody could hear me. But I was panicking that I better migrate before you kick me out.
Oh, no.
You'll never know how close I was.
Oh, goodness me. Okay.
Whatever are we going to do? So how'd you come up with the idea about your most recent video on splurges? Were you just kind of looking around your room and going, I've spent a little money here?
Yeah, well, that happens quite a bit, as you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I also, I did make that one big change to my. Well, I had to change from Evernote to. Well, I didn't have to change to Airtable, but I had to change from Evernote. I was using Evernote for years to keep track of all my craft inventory. And all of a sudden I got an email saying, yeah, we want to charge you $150 a year for that now.
Oh.
And I kind of felt like, I get that there's value in it, but maybe like $5 a month, not $15 a month. So I've been using Airtable at work and very slowly learning how to use it. And I thought, I'd just give that a try. And only after I individually, manually input all 500 of my records did I realize that there's a way to automatically transfer from Evernote to Airtable.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how things go with me for tech, but it's okay because what
got to know
happened
'em.
was,
Mm-hmm.
as I was going through, I literally had to go through one by one and think about whether I wanted to type it all in again, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so it
Made you
helped me kind of clean out some old stuff that I haven't used and wasn't going to use. And it also reconnected me with some of my old favorites that I just haven't used because they're not new. You know, like there's so much pressure to always be using something new.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, you know, so my next video is actually going to be, I don't know, some clever title like Old Favorites, New Eyes, or something like that.
I found an old favorite. Have you ever seen one of these? It's like a pouncer, except it's kind of like seaweed, except it's plastic. I
have never seen one of those.
Yeah, it was a close to my heart thing, and it makes the best little like texture for
Interesting.
sand. Yeah, it was.
That was
after
big
I
news.
saw. Yeah, it was. I saw your video about your old. Was it the stamp positioner?
Oh yeah, the stamp-a-majig.
Yeah. And
It's right here somewhere.
Kind
Here
of
it is.
opened up my thoughts on such things. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, that's what we had back in the day.
It is. And we were thankful.
And we didn't think to complain about it either.
No, we didn't know any better.
We didn't know any better.
We didn't know what was coming. If we knew, we would have complained. We would have said, I want it now. Right now.
I gotta break in really fast.
Okay.
Getting a couple questions about members wondering if they're gonna get an alert when their migrated patron pledge to members thing expires. Right now, I don't have that set up. I'm trying to think of a way that I can do it pretty quickly, but it would still probably involve members logging in and then going to their subscription tab and seeing it will tell you the exact day it's going to expire. I'm just trying to think. I might be able to add a little button just like it's on the Zoom schedule where you could add that to your calendar. But as far as email alerts, I just don't have a way to do that right now.
He'll come up with something. He always does. So ask away.
He's a smart cookie.
I have a full featured alert system planned that I'm going to build with opt-in emails and all of that. It's just, if I'm going to do that, I want to do it right the first way so I don't have to rebuild it. And it's going to be a little bit.
Plan. Not a bad plan at all. My out of proportion. I think the out of proportion may be thinking that this is balance, is the sentiment. That sometimes you eat is about balance, right? So it's out of...
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
It's like you do this every week or something.
Does kind of, doesn't it? These are cute little sheepies. I think I'll make a little brown thing going across here, and that will be where my sheepies go.
Oh,
yeah,
gosh,
I got
no,
my wobblers out.
That's me hitting my camera here. My camera has to be so close to my hands that my blending brush is long and it keeps hitting the camera. Okay, here.
I didn't notice. I didn't notice. Well, now that was one of your splurge items, as I recall.
My blending brushes?
Well, your blending brushes and your little rotating thing.
You know what? So I've got this rotating thing, and I've got a grip mat on it, a 6x6 waffle flower grip mat.
Mm-hmm.
Best purchase ever.
The roundy round or the grip map?
The combination.
Combination.
I like it. You know when you're coloring or you're ink blending and you have to keep moving your paper?
Mm-hmm.
This makes it so easy.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my out of proportion because I used candles that are too big for my cake. Look. And when I add my dinosaur, he's going to be little too.
Oh, see? That's not going to be hard. It just sounds hard. It's not hard.
Well, let's just say it's not one I would have thought of myself.
Well, there's a lot of that going on Friday nights with Craft Roulette.
Now I have to
Cards
decide.
that would never be made. It's common.
Oh, I didn't keep.
Adaworth asks, are cards mailed in?
Ooh.
Cards are not mailed in, Ada. You just go to our website. You don't have to sign up for an account if you want to submit as a guest. You can sign up for an account if you want to have all of your cards like organized and stuff for you. But no, there's a form that's really easy. You just follow along step by step.
It is easy. And did you mention that the members now put their cards inside member login?
Kind of.
Kinda?
They should kind of know that. There's a button on the form that says if you're a member, you can go here to submit your cards. But if you forget or you don't and you submit as a guest. Oh, Karen Goddard is having trouble. I will go see if I can fix that real fast because I can fix that. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Ardyth, you can't have anything go wrong right now.
Who, me?
What
could go wrong?
You gotta stay all good here. We gotta just make this happen. So when
I
he
will
comes
do my
back,
best.
When he comes back, we can pretend that we know what we're doing tech-wise.
Well, the funny thing was, I was on chatting with you guys for like 20 minutes before it started, and everything was perfectly fine.
Everything was perfectly fine. And it was like, yeah. It was an unfortunate moment. It seemed so fitting somehow, but so not fun. Not fun. You know, I may only need one sheep. Maybe I'll put one on the inside too. We'll see how we do.
Okay, I'm going to have to use my Misty backwards here too so that I don't hit my camera.
Is that because you're left-handed?
I'm left-handed, so I like to open it to the left. But my camera arm is on that side, so... black ink.
Okay, my little sheep. Oh, do you need to be a different color? Or you're probably okay with being kind of a brown sheep, I think. Not a black sheep. That could be a joke too, but that's not what we're going to do here. We're just going to make you a little bit brownish, dirty-ish. So we had, I know you don't usually have pets. We had a dog 20-some years ago. And he was a sheepdog and he was miserable, but he didn't know any better because he'd always just lived with us. But I just scrapbooked his page just this week because I kept thinking, I want to make a whole book about him, but I really didn't want to spend much time on him because it was a long time ago. So I had just stuck all his pictures. It sounds so less than nice. But I stuck all his pictures in a little album and I had never gotten to it. So I figured, this is not that important to me, obviously. But I did do a page and then I thought, he had a lot of stories. And so I started thinking about his stories. And so I will make a mini album too of his crazy antics. But
that's an interesting, it's an interesting relationship where you want to scrapbooking, but not spend too much time on it.
It says something, doesn't it? But it was 20 years ago. He was also kind of a mean dog because he had hit a car when he was like a year and a half or something. He'd gone out in the street because he always got the newspaper because he was a working dog and he was crazy. And he went out in the street and there was a guy coming back with donuts and he hit it. He went right out in front of it and hit that car. And so he always had a sore shoulder.
Oh.
And so, I know. And so when the weather changed and things, he would be grumpy.
Right.
But, so yeah. Anyway, I liked him. He liked me. We were buds. But I felt really good having finished at least a page and came up with all sorts of stories about him. He was an interesting character. He was the lesson that I wanted the children to learn. I don't think they did. Was we always love our family members, no matter how far off they go.
Even if they're grumpy.
Even if they're grumpy, we just love our family. So I don't think that's what they came away with, but that's maybe somewhere deep in their souls. And they thought, we'll never get a dog like that.
We had a family wedding last weekend, so that was fun. We had everybody all dressed up and everybody together.
And it was super expensive. You were telling me about that.
Oh, the hotel was,
Yeah.
We didn't stay. It was only an hour away. So even though we went back the next morning to have like post-wedding brunch, we did not stay at the hotel.
Well, that makes sense. So was it lovely?
It was lovely. Yeah.
Good.
Really, he's my nephew is like the first one, of that generation.
Okay.
To get married, and but there's 8 grandchildren. So I expect that, it's kind of the beginning. My son is a year younger than my nephew.
Yeah.
So, at some point.
Yeah.
No rush.
So the new version of the website is compiling. It should be about a minute before it's updated. But there was a bug. It had to do with the fact that now the episode is published.
Oh.
So it was trying to find an unpublished episode to submit the card to, and that was crashing. It's just you change a thing and you have to it breaks stuff.
Yeah. Move fast and break stuff. That's your motto.
It was Facebook's motto, but yeah.
Oh. Well, see, I thought you made that up. How much confidence I have in you. How's everybody in the chat doing?
It looks like the forum is working, so.
Oh, good. That's real good. Well, another thing off your list, Mr. Producer. I'm not vetting. Oh, there's a little break in this I can do. That would make it easier. Why am I so lame at this, Amanda? Here we go. I'm making it look very hard and it's not. So, Ardyth, I got to tell you, I don't think you got a fair shake from Mr. Wheel tonight.
In what way?
Well, I don't think this would be your natural go-to at all.
That's okay.
But I think you're handling it like a champ.
That's okay. It's always interesting. To me, it's not so much the parameters, it's how quickly you have to decide.
Mm-hmm.
That could be pretty clever if I have lots of time. I'm less good at it under pressure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good point. That's fair enough. And yep, you just kind of have to dig in, don't you?
Yep. That's okay.
Yeah. Look at you. You have such a good attitude. I like it.
Well, I don't have to send the card to anyone.
Well, there you have that. Just has to live in infamy on
All
the
right.
website. Yeah. So I do have some questions from members. I'm doing pretty well remembering to say members. They want to know about you, Miss Ardyth.
Okay.
Well, Sylvia Torres, who's made a lot of bonus cards, says, "I love your channel." Yahoo! You got a fan. One of your videos was on the color wheel, and you called it "You Can't Do That." In it, you're good at writing titles, I think. In it, you created beautiful browns using complementary colors. Do you have a favorite blend that you came up with?
Oh gosh. Okay, I vaguely remember that video. I don't know. I think what I was trying to say in that video was, everyone, when they start talking about the color wheel, they start saying, "Oh, you can't blend that and that because you'll get mud." And my whole point was that sometimes when you blend that and you get mud, the mud's actually pretty, quite pretty, So you don't have to be afraid of the mud.
Fear not the mud. It cometh for thee.
Exactly. That was bad planning. So my favorite, I don't know. I like those colors. I have kind of a split personality because when I look at inspirations, I often am drawn to the very saturated autumn type colors, the ones that have been blended with a bit of a complementary color to get, that kind of richness. And yet that's not generally what I work with. When I work with it's like a bright rainbow. I definitely my favorite blends of Catherine Pooler inks. I have a couple. One is Flirty Fuchsia with Party Dress, and you get what I call Marvelous Magenta. I also like if you blend Flirty Fuchsia, which is really, it's a purple, but it's a really quite a pink purple. You can actually blend that with an ink called Tiki Torch, which is kind of a yellow orange.
Yeah.
And it turns into this amazing cherry red.
Oh, really?
Which is really fun. Yeah.
You are kind of the master of those colors.
So, well, I mean, I've been working with the Catherine Pooler inks for a very long time, like ever since they came out.
Right.
I've collected them as they came out. And I was hoping there was a happy birthday in here. There's not a happy birthday in here. I'm going to have to find another happy birthday.
Just when you think you've got it figured out.
Yeah. So yeah, I do love to ink blend. That's one of my things. I've recently realized that I haven't done a lot of stamping lately. And a couple of weeks ago, I did a video with a whole bunch of Technique Junkies, like red rubber stamps. And that was fun. But again, those stamps were not stamp and then color it in kind of stamps. They're just more like background elements that you can use.
You're like the geometric queen too.
Sorry?
You love geometric shapes.
I certainly do.
Yeah. And they find their way onto almost every card.
Yeah. Well, I like pattern, and I like precision, and I like symmetry. And I need to think about what else to do with this. I need a happy birthday, don't I?
Wow.
For the people asking about having to resubscribe, if you imported your pledge, I'll just get a little bit nerdy here real fast. So what I did is I basically created fake a fake subscription on the new site for you that will last the same amount of time that your pledge would have on Patreon. So you get every day that you paid for. But once that runs out, you will have to set up a new subscription, and it's super easy, and it will guide you through it. But we can't import payment info from Patreon, you know? And so, and we don't
Draw
keep
the
any
line.
payment info or anything like that on our server. We're using Stripe, the big company, to handle that for us. So once it runs out, it'll tell you, and you can just do a quick sign up, and it'll be under the same account. It's really easy. A couple people have already had to do it. So.
Well, I suppose the worst case scenario is we'll figure out that we've lost our access, and then we'll re-sign up. Is that right?
Correct. What will happen is you'll sign in, and it will tell you, hey, your subscription ran out, click here, and then it'll let you select a new subscription, and it'll take you to the payment portal, and it's pretty easy.
Awesome. That sounds perfect.
I'm just real glad I didn't have to do it. Actually, there's no way I could have done it, so it was safe. I was safe. I think it'll be great because he can do all sorts of things that will be very unique and very enjoyable. Okay, I've got extra folds going on. I've got so many folds. You'd think I was doing laundry.
No quadruple folds. That's not a trifold.
At least a trifold.
Oh, is that what the parameter said? Oh.
It just doesn't have enough room to say all that.
Right.
Bring on the folds. Look at your happy birth. You found one.
I did. It's not very straight, is it? Oh,
You're just
dear.
trying to make me feel at home. Because rarely is anything straight. And I didn't even use the right ink, so I'm smeared too. But not very big smear, just a little smear.
It's also not very centered. No. Yeah.
There's a second question about color, and it's from Cordelia Alderman. And she would like to know if you described an area in where you live. Okay, if you described the area where you live in a color palette, what would those colors be that you would choose?
Today it would be gray.
Yeah.
We get all colors. We have very strong, distinct seasons. So I'm very much looking forward to the pinks of the magnolias in the next couple of weeks. And then we'll go into the dark greens of the summer. And then we'll have incredibly vibrant autumn. We get lots of reds and oranges. And then in the winter, we are often very white with snow. This winter, we did not have a lot of snow. We ended up with just a lot of gray, very gray days.
Not as fun.
No, not as fun. But, I didn't miss the snow, so.
No.
Ardyth, stamped by Kelly, says, not being centered plays into out of proportion.
You did it on purpose. You did it in
your
brain.
That was my master plan.
It was.
Thank you, Kelly.
Holy moly.
Good thing we've got so many smart people.
So smart. Well, it does look different when you're not doing it.
Yeah.
When you come back to do a voiceover, which I don't do, so I don't know if this is true. Do you see things in your card that you didn't see before?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And it's interesting because just having that top-down view,
Mm-hmm.
often the card looks better.
Yep. Yep.
And I don't know if it's because when you're working, like I sometimes think we get upset because we're working on it. We see the struggle. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we look at a card, we see the struggle that we went through. And what other people see is just the finished result, which is great.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that does happen. And sometimes I end up, saying, oh, look at that. Who knew? I did not plan for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's one of my favorite things about scrapbooking is then looking at the monitor and seeing the 24 inches by 12 inches.
Right.
And seeing it in a smaller, I can see it with one view. Instead of, if it's 24 inches, I'm having to look at both sides and my head's moving. I can't really take it in at once.
So is your stamp, is your scrapbooking digital?
No, I do it old fashioned.
You're old school.
Mm-hmm. There was a product that Close My Heart made that was digital that I absolutely loved. And I was very, 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 very sad when they quit it because it was absolutely wonderful. And I found a page that I had made with it just this week and went, man, wish they hadn't gotten rid of that. But that's the way it goes.
I never really got into scrapbooking. I guess it was just felt like too much of a commitment or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 quick programming notes. For those of you that have asked about, do you have to cancel Patreon? I've disabled the billing over there, so it shouldn't charge you. And at the end of the month, I'm going to just shut it down completely. So it should not charge you. If it does, we will correct it. And secondly, about migrating your contributions, I did a lot of that by hand last night, so I might have missed a few. So if I did miss some, I'm going to go back, but definitely just send me an email or a message and I can get to it.
It was a really big project. An amazing project. If you haven't joined us as a member, this is a great time to do it because we're just setting up this whole system and you will be right in there learning along with everybody else. And what we have is a member system because we have bills to pay for these free shows. And so we had it set up with Patreon because it's a donation platform where you can support your favorite artists. And then we just kind of got disillusioned with that platform. And so we did all this work so that we can have a separate member site so that we can pay our bills and show up. So it's great.
And you guys, people like making things. I like making websites.
Yep.
So it's a project for me.
Yes.
Cool.
Boy, is it. So that's, if you're just joining us and you don't know what we're talking about, that's what it's about. And we appreciate everybody that helps us, and we also appreciate those thumbs up. So if you haven't done that and you are enjoying this a little bit, at least we would appreciate that. And hitting that subscribe button. If you want to support Ardyth, because you've already heard us talking about how great her videos are, down in the title and in the description, you will find a link to Ardyth's website or her YouTube channel. So I would really highly suggest it. I don't watch a whole lot of videos, but I always watch Ardyth's.
Oh, thank you. I'd definitely love to have anybody who'd like to join come and watch. Sylvia comments very regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate that a lot. I think I'm done, Mary.
Well, I'm going to cover this little spot up here with a kind of an out of proportion place to put my sentiment. And it's just because I got green ink on it. Because I never put my sentiment up here in the corner. So there's another out of proportion. I think I'm done too.
What do you think I'm missing?
Well, let's go through it, shall we?
Okay.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. I have a trifold, so we've got
Check.
the cake, the dinosaur, and the message.
Mm-hmm.
Trifold. I've got sleigh ride colors, so I've got brown, red, and gray, and some yellow for the jingle bells or something.
Yeah.
I've got a joke. So let's celebrate your existence with cake. And then, of course, it's a dinosaur that doesn't exist, and it says the world wouldn't be the same without you because they're not here anymore.
They're not here anymore. Look how you pulled that together.
That's my one joke set. And I mean, they're so old too, this set. And then what's the last thing? Out of proportion. Okay, so my candles are too big for my cake. My dinosaur is smaller than my cake, and my happy birthday is very big.
It has different sizes, yeah. The day is
and
out of proportion
it's not
to happy.
In the center.
So it's out of proportion of the placement. Is that a possibility?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I think you really covered it all over the place. It has ended up cute too, and square.
And square, my favorite.
All the things. It's not quite like your perfect card that you had named earlier in the show at all.
No.
But
no, I ended up in a different direction, but that's okay.
Completely. Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. Well, let's see how many folds I have. I have a mini card right here on the front. I've got a 1 fold, 2 fold, so I've got 3 folds. But you could also count it 3 panels. So I'm making everybody happy. I don't know what I can do to make you happier. Sleigh ride colors, I went with the blankets and the forests and the leather on the horse's harness. And jokes or funny. Some days you eat a salad and do yoga. Some days you eat cupcakes and refuse to put put on pants. It's called balance. And we've got my little funny yoga sheep on a wobbler. And what else? So that's my joke and funny. And out of proportion, I put my sentiment up here to cover up a ink smudge. And that is not my usual placement. And so it's out of proportion from where it usually is. I don't know if that's a stretch, but I think so. But he is crazy too. So he's got his own little thing going on. There's another little sheep doing some yoga. I'm not sure if I covered the out of proportion. Do you think I did? It's out of proportion.
You did because your Z fold kind of gives like a half front.
Okay. You're very kind.
And you could even say that checkered pattern in the inside is like a big zoomed in
that's
blanket.
good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I didn't want to cheat. I know Heidi Deputy Heidi was just waiting on me right there. So anyway, we're good. I think I'm okay. I feel like it's out of proportion a little bit. So anyway, I think we did it. Ardyth, we did it. We did it.
We did it. Again. 11 times.
That's remarkable. That really is. Well, we didn't get many of your questions asked, but we got a few asked about you. We didn't even get to talk about your video. So I guess we're going to have to come back for the 12th.
I think I can manage that.
All right. Well,
I'll look forward to it.
Let's let everybody find out how they can play along, what's coming up, give away some stuff, and then we'll be back to say goodnight. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Thank you. Well done. Woo! Another kind of a curveball from Mr. Wheel. He did it to us again, but I think, yes, the sheep legs are out of proportion. There you go. Thank you, Vicky. That was a good one. So you are going to want to play along, I hope, because these are going to be fun parameters. It'll be a fun gallery to look at and see how you did it. You know, I did like the idea of the cat with the big head. I didn't do it, but I wish I had, kind of. Maybe maybe Tuesday on In Review when I do another card live and in person. Where is my I don't know if I have the send in a card panel. Let's see if I do or not. If not, go to craftroulette.live and there should be a submit a card. Nope, I guess not. There should be a submit a card button and you can send it in there. If you are a member, you can go back into the member login and work it out there. That's how I send in mine now. And you can join me over there. I saw some cards coming in, so I know it's working.
I think those are all from the public forum. I might have broken the members form too, but I'm going to fix that right after the show. And I'll post on Patreon so everybody gets an email.
There you go. It's going to be fine. It is. It's going to break. I mean, if you saw how many lines of code that this show runs on, it's a miracle that it even happens. Oh, there's You Can Play Too. There it is, and you have till Monday or Sunday at midnight.
That's funny. It went backwards. I don't have no idea. The last update that I pushed had 96,000 new lines of code in it.
Good night, nurse. So it does need to include those 4 parameters. Make sure that you tell us how you used them. It helps us out a lot to see if you were very cryptic and very, very sneaky. Make sure it's family friendly as well and handcrafted. We appreciate your consideration when you're taking those things in when you're making your project and sharing them. And if you are a member, you have till Thursday night at midnight. There's our thing. I guess we didn't get to say who's coming up. I think it went earlier. Anyway, join us every week. We have wonderful guests. Next week is Carrie Rhodes. Doggone if I can remember who's that. Oh, it's Kelly Taylor after that. And that's about as far as my memory goes. So you can always see it on upcoming episodes on craftroulette.live. There's our members. It says members. That looks good. We thank each and every one of you for joining us. If you see the little, wondering, what are those little numbers by their name? That's how many months they have been members. And we really do appreciate you. Hope to see so many of you tomorrow at 2 o'clock Central Daylight Time, while we talk about more of these things that Mr. Producer has done for us. It's wonderful.
And this is still loading from the Patreon data, and it will for the rest of the month, and then I'll flip it over to the members data once I get a chance.
We got a few plates up in the air, all just spinning at one time and trying to keep them from coming down and falling on our heads. Thank you for your patience. We do appreciate it. Let's give away some stuff, shall we? We've got wonderful spin sponsors, so they want to give some stuff away to you guys. How do you qualify for these giveaways, you ask? Well, how do you qualify? Well, you send in a card. And if you were, digitally, of course, if you were one of those 408 cards from last week, your name is on that. Oh, I see Steven's on there too. He won't win. Oh no, it's broken. Well, he knows what happened too. So, okay, we'll give him half a second. Should I talk? What shall we talk? Oh, I know. So I'll tell you what the parametry was. It was an envelope. That's what it was going to be. It was the parameter envelope. And my next move.
Okay, so here's what happened. It loaded the contributions that are already in. We will release a short or a video of the giveaway when I fix it. It will be out probably tomorrow.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Let's bring Ardyth back.
There's my envelope. That was going to be the parametry. Wow, was that ever a rocky ride? If it wasn't you, it's us. And I probably didn't even say, and I didn't even give my speech, so I didn't even do all my parts. And yet, we will probably get some cards, and we got our card done, so I'm okay with
did.
that. Yeah. Thanks for being on our show, and we were so many twists and turns. Thank you.
Oh, well, thanks for keep asking me back, even though I keep twisting and turning it. I apologize.
You got to just keep giving us ways to fix things. That's important. Yeah. You got to have that guest that can do it without getting wacky and nervous.
Ardyth, I think I had more technical problems than you did.
Okay, you win. Good.
I didn't know we were racing. I would have If we were
I didn't
competing,
know
I could have
either.
worked on that too, you know. Oh, well. Anyway, what you got coming up? I know you're busy this summer, and what else?
Yeah, I'm in a couple of weeks is the Paper Crafters Get Organized Summit. So that's a free summit where we talk about different organization things.
And you're
The
teaching.
weekend after that, I am traveling to Chantilly, Virginia, to teach a class at, I can't remember the name. It's like a big scrapbook stamping expo, I think.
Okay.
Scrapbook expo, something like that. It's in Chantilly, Virginia, and I will be there at the Crafty Meraki booth teaching a card. And then I'm doing the same thing at another show in Michigan in May. And yeah, so like not only am I crafting, I'm traveling and crafting, which is something new for me. I'm excited to see all these places and meet all these people, and yeah.
And drop by. If you see her at a booth, go say hi
Absolutely.
to her. Yeah, that's
That would
fun.
be so fun.
Yeah, it is fun. I know that Amanda goes to a lot of shows, Tanisa goes to shows, and they meet other fellow craft rouletters. And it's fun to, you know, because
Yeah.
you do meet a lot of strangers. And so to see somebody that goes, oh, yeah, I've seen you on Craft Roulette. And you go, oh,
Right.
I'm so happy to meet. It just feels like you know somebody, you know?
It's just nice to have that connection, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So yeah. Next
So,
weekend
well,
I'm
you
going
are
to a
gonna be
local
busy.
show, just as a, what do you call that? An attendee, just to
Uh-huh.
browse. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, it is. It is fun to just walk around and look at people, for
Yeah.
one thing, and then looking at the crafts and stuff is fun too. Well, all right. Well, I don't know how we got through this one, but we did.
And with smiles on our faces.
And melody in our heart.
And that too.
I'm going for the double kiss tonight. Thank
Lots
you
of
guys
them.
for being with us. If you are watching on the replays, let us know that you are here. We'd love to say hi to you, Mr. Producer. You got it done. The first one is in the can though, so it's all gravy from here. Ardyth, well done. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
You're great. We appreciate each and every one of you.
Oh, I love coming.
We'll see you tomorrow on the members call, next Tuesday on In Review, and next week with Carrie Rhodes for a spotless, perfect show.